Hello and welcome. Today I am going to play Blitzkrieg 1939 XVI Corps Fall Weiss. This is the second game of this series after Blitzkrieg 1939 Guderian that followed the battle trail of the German 19 Corps during the Polish campaign 1939. And second part covers battles of the German 16 Corps during the Fall Weiss operation. And the initial scenario for this game is a battle for Mokra. Battle for Mokra is a pretty interesting battle because it was one of the first battles of the World War II, and a battle where German 4th Armored Division faced Polish Volhynian Cavalry Brigade. And despite German advantage, Germans weren't able to break through the Polish positions during the first day of the battle, and they suffered some losses, so a lot of historians consider this battle as at last Polish tactical victory. Pretty interesting thing in this game is that you have to include the losses from the one battles into another battle, and that goes for all the scenarios in this game. Because, like I said, in this game we are following German 16 Corps. Sometimes these corpses are called armored corps, but Germans never called them like that in the 1939. And after the Battle of Mokra, we are going to play Battle of Ostrowy, then Battle of Piotrków, Battle of Tomaszów, and Battle of Warsaw, and losses among German units and some Polish units as well are taken from one battle into another. This game was released in the B35 system. And now, let's talk about this particular scenario. It takes one day, so these are 3 turns, 2 daily turns and 1 night turn. And now about the special scenario rules. First of all, we can ignore supply rules, we don't care about them. Next, Germans have initiative, but in the first turn their units can only spend half of their movement points. This depicts the situation where German units were already in move, because like I said, this is a battle that took place at the 1st of September 1939, so Germans were already moving, they already crossed the Polish border and reached the Polish lines of defense. And the Germans have one ground attack air support unit. And now minefields. Polish player can set up one minefield counter, and I think I talked about it before, but it won't hurt to repeat. Mines are the special rule that always works great when you are playing against another human player, but when you play solo, this can be a problem, because you have to mark the hex where you are placing mines, and then it is revealed when enemy unit enters such hex. So, how to use it when you are playing solo? Well, I took 3 minefield counters, and 2 of them are marked with Z. These are fake mines, and 1 of them has nothing. This is real minefield. So I'm going to shuffle them now. So I don't know which of them is which. And now I'm going to set them up, and I think here, I think there, and the 3rd minefield is going to be set up where I would like to set it up. Let's say there, because this is most obvious German way of moving. And now, they will be revealed when enemy will enter them, and fake mines does nothing, while real mines work like a real mines, of course. Another thing is a railway. You can see that railway is coming through these hexes, and railway in the woods cannot be crossed by units that are mechanized, motorized, or artillery. It can be crossed by such units only via roads. So they can cross, for example, here there is a secondary road, or here where is primary road, but for example it cannot be crossed here because there is no road leading through the railway. And railway can be also used for Polish armored trains. There are two Polish armored trains that are going to join the battle, but they are going to enter the battle in the turn 2. Same goes to the German infantry regiment, which is going to enter the battle later. And now, when it comes to the victory condition, Germans win instantly if they are able to capture Miedzno, the village here, and then they gain a couple of victory points. They get 8 victory points if at the end of the game at last one of their units is on the Polish side of the railway, and 3 victory points for capturing following villages. Zawady, which is here, Mokra 1, 2 and 3, Łobodno, and Kołaczkowice. Each of these villages brings Germans 3 victory points. There are no victory points for Poles. You might find it odd, but like I said, in this game we are actually playing campaign game, so you have to sum your victory points and go on with another battles, totaling all the victory points you can get, and see how many points you are going to get in the last scenario. Oh, one more thing I should mention: Zagórze. You can see these two counters there, and they are showing that this position is off limit for German 4th Armored Division. Why? Because it was in the part of the front that was covered by the German 1st Armored Division, so 4th Armored Division wasn't about to operate in this area. I think this is good for Poles, because Germans cannot overrun them that easily. Okay, that's all, so we can start the game. We are starting in the turn 1, and in the air phase I'm going to place this ground attack Air Force unit here, and let's go and move Germans. So, what Germans want to do? Their goal is to get onto the other side of the railway, that would be the best, and to size as many of these villages as possible. And the problem is that German units have the limit of movement because of the first turn, so they can only move with the half of their movement points. So we have to care about it and to remember that our options are limited. So what I'm going to do, I would like to move here anyway. Well, there is a small chance that both of these mines are fakes, so I will check it out. 1, 2, now, oh, these are fakes, good. And 3, 3.5. Ooh, these are real. So they have to stop and the mines go kaboom on them. Let's see if these mines will do the trick. This German battalion has, company, 6, this is 4th, and they have 8. So I need to make a roll for the minefield. This unit has a strength of 8, so the mines can hurt them. Oh, that's bad. 5, 2 points loss. Oh, no good. So, at last we know where minefield is and where it is not. Okay, so next thing I would like to take care is the Polish artillery here. So, 1, 2, 3, maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and they are going to make their attack from the march. Attack from the march is an attack where you can attack enemy unit during your movement phase. You don't have to wait until combat phase, but you can perform such attack during movement phase. But there are certain limitations, like the fact that both sides' strength is limited. At last, defender is not fortified, because when a defender is fortified, then he can use his entire strength, but if he is not, he can use only 2/3 of his initial strength, and same goes to attacker. He can always use the 2/3 of his strength. So let me find, this is 5 to 6 and 7 to 6. So they have 15. So this will be 10. And 10 versus 1. So it will be 10 to 1. This should be enough for Germans to break through the Polish positions and maybe even to destroy this weak cavalry unit. So this is 10 to 1. And next we have 9 to 1 because of the fortification and 8 to 1 because of the village. So this is 8 to 1 for Germans. And 5 in the 8 to 1, this is B3. So defender has to retreat 3 hexes, 1, 2, 3. And the German tanks are moving 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And now we have to check for the losses. Germans had 10, so it's 6, 10. Minus 2, it is 2, 3. And 3. In the 2, 3, this is 1 loss. So this cavalry squadron is done. It had only 1 point. And now German losses. Polish had 1 plus 2, so the 4-5 verse. And 8 in the 4-5. No losses for German tanks. That's good, because Germans have to care about their losses. I mean, they are going to use this division in the several other battles, so the less losses it will suffer, the better. Okay, so next, these tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to make one more attack from the march. Here. I can't do so because I need to spend 1 movement point to make such an attack, and I spent 4 movement points, so I still have 1. So this is first we need to resolve fire combat. This is a direct fire combat between 2 units. So now German tanks have a strength of 2. And Polish guns have an armor of 1, so this is +1, but this is -1 because of the fortification and -1 because of the village. So this is going to be 0 and -1. And now we have to check how many shots German tanks have. This is they have 4, 36. They have 8, so they have 3 shots, because you get 1 shots for each 3 strength points. So they are going to fire 3 times. 5. In the -1 we hit on 4 or less. So no, this is a miss. This is a hit. And this is a hit. Amazing! 2 hits. So this Polish artillery suffers 2 losses. And let me find it. Oh, it already has 1 point left. And now it can fire back. It has a strength of 1. Versus 2, so it is -1, and it also hit. So German tanks also suffer 1 loss. So now we can resolve a combat. Germans have 7, and like I said, this is 2/3 of their strength during the combat in the march. So they have 5, and Poles have 1. So this is 5 to 1 and 4 to 1 because of the fortification, and 3 to 1 due to the village. So it is 3 to 1 and 7 in the 3 to 1. This is B1. So defender has to retreat 1 hex, and artillery always suffers 1 loss for each hex it has to retreat. So this artillery suffers 1 loss, and because of that it is eliminated instantly. So that's all. We'll have to roll for Polish losses, but we still have to roll for German losses. Polish artillery has a strength of 1 and +2, so it will be 4-5, and 7 in the 4-5, no losses for Germans. So I can take this hex, and Polish artillery is no more. That's pretty good. We are doing a nice blitzkrieg so far, and I wonder if we will be able to make it longer. Now, these tanks. I'm going to move 3 of these companies. 1, 2, 3. And they are going to make another attack from the march. And they will use support of their Stukas. So this is, I think this time I'm going to do a nice blitzkrieg. Well, I'm not sure, but I hope so, because when I played this scenario before in Polish, then Germans weren't doing pretty well. It went quite historically accurate, but now I guess it might be better. We will see. Okay, so these 3 companies are attacking this Polish cavalry squadron, and now how strong they are. This is 8-2, 7-2, and 5-2. So they have 5, 15, 24. So they have 24, so they are going to use 16 points, and 16 plus 5, so it's 21. Polish cavalry has a strength of 4. So this is 21 to 4, so this is 5 to 1, and 4 to 1 because of the fortification, and 3 to 1 because of the woods. So this is 3 to 1. 4, that's incredibly good roll. It is B2, so Poles have to retreat 2 hexes. 1, 2, and Germans are free to move on. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Okay, we used our aircraft, so we cannot use it anymore in this turn. And now let's check for losses. Germans had 16 and -2, so it's 6-10 verse. And 8 in the 6-10, this is 1. So Polish cavalry suffers 1 loss. And Poles had 4 plus 2, it is 11, 15. And wow, 11. 2 losses for German units. So that's all. Okay, since I made my way through the Polish positions, I have to make use of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's all. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will help me to secure this area. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, along with this infantry battalion. 1, 2, 3. So I will know that Polish companies here won't be able to counterattack me. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1. And now these units here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 3.5, 4, and German headquarters go there. And now this reconnaissance group, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's all. So that's all when it comes to the German attacks, German movement. You see that I'm not very willing to launch the multiple attacks against all Polish positions around. That's not my goal. I think that the better is to make my way through the Polish positions and to capture as many victory points as possible, rather than to fight with every single Polish unit. At last, this is the essence of the Blitzkrieg: to not be engaged in combat with every Polish unit around, but rather to break through their position and to surround them completely. Next is a Polish counter-attack phase. In this phase, Polish player is allowed to move his units 1 hex and to attack enemy units. Well, I don't think that Polish player has any opportunity to perform such counter-attack that could be effective. These Polish companies are not very eager to attack German tanks around. Same goes to these Polish units. So no, I'm not going to launch any counter-attacks, so that's all. And next we are moving into into German combat phase. So we have to resolve our attacks, and first attack goes here. I have to attack them because they are adjacent to me and they are in my zone of control. So these tanks are in the woods, and when your tanks are in the woods, they have to, let me find, I think they have their strength halved. Armored units. Yes, they have their strength half when they are in the city or in the woods. So their strength is 7-2-36 and 5-2-36. So they have 15. So they have 4 and they have 4. So they both have they totally have of 8. And now I can use my artillery. This is motorized artillery, which means it can be used during the combat phase, but it has its strength lowered by 1. German artillery has 5 and 5, so it will be 4 and 4. So I have 8 and 8. So this is 16 versus Polish company that has a strength of 2. 16 versus 2 will be 8-1. And now 8-1, 7-1 because of the woods, and 6-1 because of the fortification. So it's 6-1 for Germans. Oh, 11 in the 6-1. This is B1. So Polish company can only have to retreat 1 hex. So they are moving here. I will send only a single German tank company to pursue them. And now losses. Germans had 16 and -2, so it will be 6-10. Wow! 2 losses for this company, so I think it is, yes, it is done. And now German losses. Poles had 2 + 2, so it's 6-10. And 8 in the 6-10, 1 loss for German battalion. It was 5-2-36. Alright, so now here. This group attacks Polish cavalry. Yes, they can attack again during the combat phase, but only if they were able to drive defenders from their positions during their combat in the march. So they are free to make another attack. So now they have their full strength, so they have 21 now versus 3. So this is 7-1, and there is no clear terrain. This is clear terrain, so no terrain modifiers. So this is 7 to 1 and 5. They have a good luck with rolls. It is b3. So Poles retreating 1, 2, 3, and Germans 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2. They are moving like that. And losses, Germans had 21, so it's 21-25 verse, and 7. This is only one loss for Poles. They were running so fast that it was hard to acquire any losses to them. And Poles had 3, so it's 2-3, and 7. No losses for Germans. That's good. And now this anti-tank unit cannot be attacked per se. This is simply an anti-tank battery, and it can only support the defense, and it can be destroyed simply by moving through. So that's all for the German attacks. And Poles, well, they are in the very complicated situation. This looks like this is my best play of this battle so far. I played this is my third play, and definitely the better when it comes to the Germans. So now let's go to see what Poles can do. Well, they have to defend Miedzno, because if Germans will capture this village, then they gain instant victory. So I am going to fortify these armored cars and this 12 cavalry regiment here. I will send them these tankettes to help them, and this cavalry regiment here, hoping it will be enough. This anti-tank unit goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here, and this regiment goes there. This infantry battalion goes 1, 2, 3, 4 to help to defend Miedzno. And now the other Polish units. They are already surrounded, as you can see, because it will be hard for them to move out of here, but they have to try. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. They will still try to defend Zawady, because this is one of these villages that you have victory points for, so it is worth of holding it. And well, that's all for the Poles, I think. I wonder if I should move someone from here, maybe 1, or maybe no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's all. And now German counterattack phase, but there are no Polish attacks, so Germans can't counterattack. And Poles are not attacking anywhere, so this concludes turn 1. In the turn 1, both sides are about to get reinforcements. The Germans are going to get infantry regiment, and Poles are about to get 2 armored trains. So, Germans are starting. They are going to place their air force on the board, so they can use it in this turn as well. And that's all. So, we are moving straight into the German movement phase. Okay, since the Germans are doing that good, I'm thinking of making use of my initial success and try to end this game in this turn. Because, like I said, this game takes 3 turns, and I'm thinking if it's possible for me to finish it in the 2 turns. I will see. To win the battle, I need to capture Miedzno, which is here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. Oh, wait a moment. Yes, that's fine. So now them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all these units have sorry, no, I cannot. Technically I can. Okay, that's fine. So all these units have at last one movement point left, so they can perform attack from the march on Miedzno. And that's what they are going to do. So I need to calculate their strength. And pretty important thing, you can have at last 42 points on the single hex, but only 24 of them can perform attack. So I need to calculate my strength here. So this is 10, 16, 24. So this unit cannot be even used in attack. So I have 24, and because this is attack from the march, so this is 16. I'm going to help them with my Air Force. So this is 21. And now Polish strength. 3, 4, and 5. So it's 5. So it's 21 to 5. This is 4 to 1. And now they are fortified, so this is 3 to 1, and they are in the village, so this is 2 to 1. So Germans will need a bit of luck. If they will be able to drive Poles away of this village and to keep it until the end of the turn, they will be victorious. So they need, let me find, they need to roll at 7 or less to win. Let's see. 7. Oh, that's the margin, but they did. So Poles have to retreat from Miedzno. And the German tanks are riding there. Okay, we captured Miedzno. We have effectively managed to surround all the Polish units. That's better than I expected at the beginning. But now I have to do something more, because otherwise they at the end of their actions during the combat phase, these Germans will have to fight against all these Polish units, and this is something I would rather like to avoid. So what I'm going to do next? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4. Here and there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here we have a German infantry regiment. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and now these units. Well, I kinda wonder if I even have to care about attacking Zawady, because I am planning to win this battle via instant victory. But even so, I might be it might be useful. So I will try my luck here. German headquarters goes there. And well, that's all. This air unit was already used, so I cannot use it anymore. And now let's go and resolve all the German attacks. Well, at last Poles can launch the counter-attacks, but well, they haven't any good opportunities to make them. So who is going to attack and where? I think this group is going to attack here, this group is going to attack there, and that group is going to attack here. So these three guys, and first of all I have to resolve fire combat. So I have two armored units here, and they are going to fight against these Polish armored cars. So first day they have a strength of 7, so they are firing 3 times. 1 versus 2, so it's -1, -2 because of the fortification. So 3 hits with -2. This is a little chance to hit, but I will roll. A miss. Now these tanks, they have 0 because -1. 2 versus 2 is 0, and then -1 for the fortifications. So I need 4 or less to hit. 1, 2, and 3. No, not a chance. And Polish armored cars have 1 hit with a strength of -1. No hit. Okay, so that's all. And now let's resolve a combat. 7236 has 8. 2135 has 5. So they 7. So they have 15. And this infantry has 5. So they have 20. So I have 20 versus 3 and 3. So it is 6. 20 versus 6, it is 3-1 and 2-1 because of the fortifications. Oh wow! This battle is very lucky for Germans when it comes to their rolls. So this is B2, so Poles have to retreat 2 hexes, 1, 2, since you cannot retreat through the enemy zones of control. So Germans are moving here and there. And now let's check for the losses. Germans had 20 and -1 is 11-15, and 9 in the 11-15 it is 1. So Poles have to suffer 1 loss. And now Poles had 6 plus 1, so it's 11-15, and 8, 1 loss for Germans. Okay, so next battle goes here, and these tanks are going to fire at these Polish tankettes. Okay, they all have the attack of 2, and these Polish tanks have a armor of 3 and -1 because of the fortification. They are in the village as well. So let me see. Each of them has I need to check. They have 3 shots, 3 and 3. So each of these has 3 shots, so I have 9 shots with the strength of -3. Now this is impossible. I mean, I hit on the -3 with a strength of 1. With the roll of 1. With the roll of natural 2. Okay, that's correct. Natural 2. So these are impossible shots. Well, I can roll, but I have to roll 9 times, and I have to roll at last natural 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I get hit! I scored a hit on them. That's amazing. One more roll. Wow, second time. Seriously, I never expected to get anything like this. And Germans can fire at me once with the strength of -1. They missed. Okay, that was incredible. So now Germans are attacking, and now they are going to use their artillery. So this is 8, and now I have 8 plus 7, 15, 8 plus 7, so 15 plus 7, it's 22, and 22 plus 7 is 29. So I have 29 versus 1 and 4. So this is 5. So this is going to be 6 to 1. Yes, 6 to 1. And 4 to 1, 5 to 1 because of the village and in the fortification. So it is 4 to 1 for Germans. This is B2. So Poles cannot retreat, so each of these units has to suffer 2 losses. So these Polish tankettes are eliminated, and Polish cavalry regiment suffers 2 losses. Alright, so that's all when it comes to combat results, and now let's roll for the losses. Germans had 29, so it's 26-30, minus 2, it is 16-20. 9 in the 60-20 is 2. So Polish cavalry suffers 2 losses. Well, but it's still alive, so it still holds this hex. That's bad. Because this is also a part of Miedzno. So to win the game I need to capture this hex as well. That's bad. Okay, and I have one more combat to resolve here. So these 2 German tank and motorized company are attacking them. And since this is a motorized company and it is fighting against machine gun, it has its strength halved. So our tanks have a strength of 7, and this motorized battalion has a strength of 5, so it has strength of 3. So this is 10 versus 2, so this is 5 to 1 and 4 to 1 because of the woods. Oh my, 4 to 1 and 10, B1. So Poles have to retreat 1 hex. Germans are moving there. Okay, so losses. Germans had 10, minus 1, this is 4, 5, and 6, no losses for Poles, and Poles had 2, plus 1, 4, 5, and 4, 1 loss for Germans. Okay, so, oh, I have one more combat to resolve here. So now Polish anti-tank guns, and how do they work? How they work? They are firing like light anti-tank weapons. So they have initial strength of 0, and they get plus 1 for any terrain modifier they can get. But they are standing in the open ground, so they get no modifier. So they are simply firing at Germans with the strength of 0. 7, no effect. And now I have to check if they weren't destroyed. No, they weren't. So, German attack. German tank has 7, I believe, but I need to check out to make sure. No, 8. They have 8 plus 5. So it is 13. 13 versus 4. 13 versus 4 will be 3 to 1. And plus 1 because of the star. I wasn't use I haven't much use of the stars before, because stars are very good, but they have also limitations. For example, when your tanks are attacking without the support of infantry, they have their star modifier lowered by 1. So most of my tanks were fighting independently so far, so they couldn't use the star modifiers. Also, stars aren't working when you are attacking into the woods or in the cities. So this is the first time in this game when I can make use of the star. So it is 3-1 and now 4-1 due to the star. And 7 in the 4-1, this is B1. So Poles have to retreat. And I can go here, because there is a road here, so I can enter this hex. And now let's see for the losses. Germans had 11-12, 11-15, and +1 because of the star, 60-20 and 7. So simply one loss for Poles. And Poles had 4, -1 because of the star, so 2-3, and 8, no losses for Germans. So this concludes German actions in this turn. I think they did pretty well. All they need is to capture this hex. If they will be able to do so, they gain instant victory. Well, I hope that I will be able to do it in this turn, but well, odds were against me. I should bring more of my units to attack this hex. Maybe I will be able to smash this Polish cavalry, because it has still 2 points left. So I wasn't able to do so, and this concludes German actions. Time for Poles. Well, they have 2 options: to fight, or rather to save a couple of their units and to avoid other losses, because we will see this Polish cavalry brigade in the next scenarios as well. So we want it to be still in use, although it already suffered significant losses. Okay, so what Poles are going to do? I think it is impossible for me to get this town back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. And now these 2 Polish armored trains, they are entering here, and oh no, we'll let them stay here. And that's all when it comes to the Polish movement. Now I can go with Polish combat. So no, I'm going to move here anyway with these Polish armored trains, and they are going to fire at the German tanks. So you can see that they have a firepower of 3 each, so they can fire at the Germans with the strength of +1, and each of them can fire, so there will be 2 shots. 6, this is 1 hit, and the other, this is a hit. So this German company suffers 2 losses. And now let's resolve a combat. Polish armored trains have a strength of 2 each, so they have 4 versus 5 and 6, so it's 11 versus 4, so it will be 1 to 3. Oh, that's horrible. 1 to 3 and 12, this is A2. So they have to retreat and they are moving out of board, so they are off game. And they cannot return due to this fact. And now let's calculate the losses. Poles had 4 and 8. No losses for Germans, and Germans had 10. One loss for one Polish train. Okay, so let me mark it. And that's all for the Polish actions, because Poles are not attacking anywhere else. No, and this concludes the second day of the battle. Sorry, the second turn of the battle. And we are going to play the last turn, which is night turn. And night turn comes with a lot of limitations. You can only move with... let me tell you, so I'm not going to make a mistake, because in the night you can move only 1 hex or 2 movement points only. Your strength when you are attacking is always halved, and you are also making additional die roll before the attack is about to start, and there is a big chance for getting another negative modifier. Losses on minefields are doubled. Artillery gets -2, and it can only fire when it is fortified. So there is, and we cannot use Air Force in the night turns as well. So what the Germans are going to do? Let me think. And I bet they all they can do is to attack here on Miedzno, so I will be able to drive these Poles away, because actually I'm not even able to reach most of the Polish units around, because they are out of my range, and in the night I can move only 1 hex or 2 movement points. So I would be able to, for example, move 1, 2 and make my attack here on Ostrowy. But it will be incredibly hard, because my strength will be halved and I will have to attack through the stream and into the village. So it will be -3. Nope, I'm not going to risk such a hazardous attack. So what Germans are going to do? I know these are fake mines now, so I can move on. 1 and 2. 1, 2, 1 here, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, and 2. So that's all when it comes to the German movement. And well, maybe I should move at last a couple of my tanks here. And that's all when it comes to the German movement. And next we are going to do German attacks. Well, I'm going to attack with all my tanks against them. So this is going to be a massacre. I don't think... well, I will do all the tricks. So I need to calculate my strength. So 4, 3, and now 8, 11, 11 plus 3, 14, 14 plus 3, 17, 17, 20, 23, and 26. So I have 26 versus 2. So this is 10 to 1, and 9 to 1, 8 to 1 due to the fortification and the village. But now I have to make another roll to see if I don't get any negative modifier because of the night combat. 5. That's great roll, we get no modifiers. So this is 8 to 1 and 3. Germans are really lucky with die rolls, mostly. This is B4, so they have to retreat 4 hexes. Well, they cannot retreat anywhere, so they have to suffer 4 losses, so they are already eliminated. So we captured Miedzno, and this is the end of the game because this is a German victory. But wait a moment, and first of all I need to check for the German losses for this battle. It was 2 and plus 2, this is 6-10, and 6-10 and 6, no losses for Germans. Like I said, they have a luck, but now I need to do some explanation. There is a second scenario about the second stage of this battle that took place at the 2nd of September 1939, and you can play it with the initial setup for this battle, how it was in the history, or you can simply continue to play this scenario with one more day. I think the more interesting will be to continue to play this scenario with this setup and everything else, because if I would start this scenario with the historical setup, then the Germans will be in the worst initial positions. So while Poles will be in the positions like that, mostly. There will be some changes, but I think this is better to simply continue this scenario and to play one more day than to change the setup. So I'm not going to do more actions with Germans, and now Polish actions. So I'm going to fortify this group here. They are going to fortify themselves there. They are going to fortify themselves there as well. They are moving here through the stream. This infantry goes 1 and 2. 1, 2, and they are moving 1. So that's all for the Polish movement. Germans are not doing anything else, and this is the end of the first day of the battle. Let's check for the victory conditions. Well, Germans managed to capture Miedzno, so this gives them instant victory. So that's pretty good, and now let's check for the losses. Here you can see the German losses. They lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points, while Poles lost 1, 5, 6, 8, 11, 15, 16, 18. So the losses are Polish losses are almost double. Than twice as bigger as Germans, but well, Poles are managed to retreat on their second line of defense, and they are going to try to keep it, but this covers another day of the battle, and I will cover this in the next video. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.